Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Impact Wrestling spoilers for Thanksgiving episode of Impact Wrestling. But first, some TNA news and some other wrestling news around the world. Jeff Hardy joined Dave LaGreca and Doug Mortman on Busted Open after his ladder match with Austin Aries on the pay-per-view. Here are some of the highlights from the interview on what he thought of the ladder match from the pay-per-view. Before last night, I went back to watch some of the TLC matches and myself and The Undertaker, and there are a lot for me to live up to in those matches. But I haven't seen it back because I got knocked silly numerous times, so once I see it back, I'll have a better idea of my opinion. What is on the horizon with the contract expiring soon in January? When that rolls around, I'll make that decision. I've pretty much made that decision. The music is going to be a huge part of it as far as keeping me around. We haven't signed anything yet, but we are getting close. James Storm as the #1 contender. I forgot where it was, but we wrestled at a live event, and it wasn't too long ago. I think it was before Bound for Glory, and we had a crazy good match. It's babyface versus babyface, but we have different styles. But it's going to be a great match for sure. He also comments on a lot more technical, probably throw some extreme touch in there, but you never know with James what's going to happen. If he's still excited to be wrestling, of course, it is my evolution. I will ease out of wrestling and into my next step, which is going to be music, and maybe eventually balance both. But yeah, it's fun to have them support me like they are, even with my paintings, and we're talking about this website. There is a lot of exciting things that are in the works. It's probably going to keep me around. And I'm just taking it slow. Right now, I am the world champion, so I've got a lot to focus on and to keep recording new songs. It's just getting more exciting. The future has a lot to offer. And he comments, if he will change his wrestling style, I'm going to change it big time when I leave. And I come back as Willow the Wisp one of these days. One of these days. My vision of this character is just an extension of myself. It will basically, from the imagination of Jeff Hardy, Willow the Wisp, instead of painting my face, he'll just be wearing a mask in a world that makes no sense. Back in the Omega days, it was so fun to be him, and I never worried about making sense. I was in my own little world under the mask at 36 years old. If I can do something like that, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a huge change of style for me. Kurt Angle recently spoke with the Otago Daily Times in New Zealand on if he had any regrets about leaving WWE. And he states, no, Impact Wrestling has treated me very well. They gave me time off when I needed it, and they paid me a lot of money to come here. Do I miss the WrestleMania crowds and the Royal Rumble crowds? Yes, I do. It was hard to walk away from that. I felt for my family and for my health at the time. I had to seek a reduced schedule. I had a painkiller problem and problems with my marriage, and I kind of took it out on Vince McMahon. He was trying to make me the guy. Before John Cena came along, I just didn't do the right things. I blame myself for that. You live and you learn, and I'm happy with TNA. There were no major injuries at the pay-per-view. Devon reportedly tweaked his knee in the match against Kurt Angle. TNA will not be live this week or next week. They will stay in Orlando tonight to tape Thursday's Impact Wrestling that airs November 15th on Tuesday. They will tape November 22nd, Thanksgiving edition of Impact. Impact will return live on November 29th and December 6th, going into the Final Resolution pay-per-view. Alright, TNA taped Thanksgiving episode of Impact tonight from Orlando, and here are the spoilers airing November 25th. First match was Wes Briscoe defeating Garrett Bischoff in a gut check match. Kurt Angle came out after the match and celebrated with Briscoe. Next up, we had Joey Ryan coming out and announces open fight night for all gut check winners. Ryan talks about how he and Matt Morgan can't be stopped. He called out Chavo Guerrero for a match. Chavo defeated Ryan by disqualification when Matt Morgan came out and hit him with a choke slam. Hernandez then came out and they brawled. Sam Shaw came out and talked about winning gut check. He calls out the first winner, Alex Silva. Shaw defeated Silva with a diving leg drop in that gut check challenge. Backstage segment with ODB, Eric Young, and Hulk Hogan. There's going to be a turkey challenge tonight, and EY is in it. Christian York comes out and talks about gut check and his 16 years in wrestling. He challenges Jeff Hardy to a non-title match. Hardy defeated York in a great match. They celebrated after the match until Bobby Roode attacked and laid them both out. And then he taunted Jeff Hardy. Taylor Hendricks made her return and came out and talked about gut check. She challenged Tara and lost in a non-title match. Eric Young defeated Robbie E. and Jesse Goddard in a three-way dance. Jesse had to put on a turkey suit after the match. Ace and Eight attacked Young after that using a bat, hammer, and chair while ODB was handcuffed. Agents all ran down and they took EY out on a stretcher. Thus, I'm wondering if they've written them out of TNA completely now. Daniels and Kazarian came out to cut a promo on Final Resolution and AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes out for the match and defeats Kazarian. Not much said in the results from that. AEW comes out and talks. He rips Hogan and the Hogan family. There's BH and HH. Hulk Hogan and Brooke Hogan. Brooke comes out and they have words about her being with Bully Ray. Hogan ends up down, as does Bully Ray. Aries escapes the ring and laughs at everyone. Brooke runs away crying while Hogan and Ray stare at each other. And that ends your Impact Wrestling results for Thanksgiving episode. Thanks and peace out.